Now let's introduce the installation and operation process of the 980 nanometers surgical version laser therapeutic instrument. The surgical function must be operated by a professional physician. This is the host. This is the foot switch. And this is the power cord, globally available. This is laser glasses, which the operator needs to wear. 980 nanometers laser is invisible light and cannot be seen by the naked eye, but the damage to the eyes caused by the laser is irreversible. It is important to pay attention to laser protection. This is a fiber optic hand tool. And this is a focusing ring, 0.2 millimeters, 0.5 millimeters, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, respectively. The focusing ring is used to adjust the size of the spot, and the thicker the focusing ring, the larger the spot. These are two treatment heads for dispelling red blood threads. Two are only different in shape and selected according to personal habits. This is private physical therapy accessory. This is a sterile red light rod used in conjunction with private accessories. And this is a fat dissolving fiber optic. Fiber optic is a consumable material and disposable. This is an operating handle used in conjunction with fat dissolving fiber optic. Unscrew the grease dissolving handle from the middle end of the handle, insert the fiber optic cable from the tail end of the handle, and then insert it into the needle position at the bend of the handle. Tighten it, and the fiber optic cable can move. Tighten the tail end of the handle to lock the fiber optic cable, but do not use excessive force to prevent the fiber from breaking. Connect the power cord to the power socket. Connect the pedal cord to the pedal interface. And plug the physiotherapy fiber into the laser output port of the instrument. Note that the fiber port and the laser output port cannot be touched, bumped, or contaminated by dust. After the connection, the machine can be started up for use without adding water. The instrument has no consumables and does not need to be coated with gel. Now turn on the machine. The instrument will automatically enter the function selection interface. After loading, there are 3 buttons on the page. The red blood thread function button, the private function button, the fat dissolving function button. Click the corresponding button to enter the corresponding function operation page, such as clicking on the red blood thread to enter the red blood thread removal operation page. The interface is very simple, with a total of 3 parameters: power, pulse width, and frequency. Click the plus buttons to adjust the parameters. This is the power. And if the value is too small, it will not work. If it is too large, it will cause burns and blistering, commonly used in the range of 6 to 12 watts. This is the pulse width, which is the time that the laser stays on the skin. If the value is too small, it will not work. If it is too large, the pain will increase, and bubbles will occur. Commonly used, range, 30 to 60 milliseconds. This is the frequency, which is the number of lasers emitted per second by the laser, commonly ranging from 2 to 3 Hz. This light bulb is aiming light. Click this button to adjust the brightness of the aiming light. The first gear is weak, the second gear is brighter, and the third gear is particularly bright. Generally, the first gear is selected, and the red blood can be seen clearly. If it is too bright, it will be difficult to see clearly. This is the energy count emitted by the laser after this startup. And this is the total energy count emitted by this instrument. Click the start button, step on the foot pedal, and the laser will start outputting. Release the foot pedal, and the laser will stop outputting. If the parameters are not suitable and need to be adjusted, it is necessary to return to the paused state before adjusting. For example, if the energy increases a bit or the pulse width increases a bit, click on Start again to raw heal. This is the operation method for removing red blood threads. Click on the Private Function button to enter the private operation page. Unscrew the red blood thread treatment head and replace it with a private treatment head. The power is usually 8 watts or more. The pulse width is generally the maximum value, and the frequency is generally the maximum value. Place the treatment head into a sterile red light stick. Click the Start button, step on the foot laser to start outputting, and gently rotate the treatment head. The light and heat generated by the 980 laser can directly reach the local tissue for sterilization and inflammation. Quickly alleviate gynecological inflammation troubles, comfortable and painless, easy to operate, and quick to take effect. When replacing surgical fiber optic cables, it is necessary to operate in a standardized manner. Special attention should be paid to the following items. Laser burning caused by non-compliant operation is not covered by the warranty. Fat-soluble optical fibers are easy to break, so do not fold them in half when laying. It is prohibited to pile up objects on the optical fiber. Step on them, handle them gently, and pull or pull them hard. When replacing surgical fiber optic cables, it is important to ensure that the surrounding environment is clean and to operate in a dust-free environment as much as possible. Wash and dry with both hands, quickly replace, and do not contaminate the laser and fiber optic ports with dust during this process. If there is dust or stains on the fiber optic port, the fiber optic head must be wiped clean with professional fiber optic wiping paper or cloth. Gently unscrew the fiber optic protective cap from the fiber optic port and instrument fiber optic output port. Insert the optical fiber into the fiber output port of the instrument. Be sure to tighten it, but do not use too much force. Do not touch the laser output port and fiber optic port during the connection process before starting up. Make sure that the fiber optic is correctly connected to the host. Do not output laser when the fiber optic cap on the host is not unscrewed. When dissolving fat in standby mode, click the Dissolve Fat button to enter the Dissolve Fat function page. About the working mode of laser, here is pulse output mode. And here is continuous output mode. In pulse mode, the pulse width and frequency can be adjusted. In continuous mode, the pulse width and frequency cannot be adjusted, only the power parameters can be adjusted. The maximum power in this mode is smaller than that in pulse mode. The power is usually 20 watts and above. The pulse width is usually between 80 ms and 90 ms. And the frequency is usually between 6 and 7 Hz. Treatment by a doctor according to personal conditions. This is the operation method of fiber fat dissolving. After use, be sure to install protective sleeves on the laser output port and optical fiber port to prevent dust pollution. The optical fiber port and the laser outlet of the host shall not be exposed at any time.